One cannot really understand what is going on with Trump without understanding the Bible, and we can't understand the Bible or what is going on with Trump unless you understand the doctrine of the two realities. We know that there is a saved and the unsaved, the flesh and the world, the spiritually mature and the immature. But the better way of understanding the two doctrines of the Bible, the two realities, is by looking at the two roles of the church, which is ministry and missions. The church to date is a missions-driven church. It seeks to apostolize and bring in new converts. It seeks to serve. It works to fulfill the Great Commission, but only the first part of it, not that last line where Jesus says that we are to teach them all that he has instructed us to do. Ministry is about feeding the sheep, as Jesus says to Peter, feed my sheep, feed my flock, feed my people. We are to build up the church to be a light to the world, and in doing this we separate from the world. Our missions is only almost an afterthought. It's a consequence, or it's a consequence or a integrated part of looking after our own. While we're building up our own selves, our church, the Christian is the church. It's a ministry to look after our people and to build up ourselves. Doing this, there's an outreach, missions, but the missions isn't the central part of what the church is. And this is all that Trump is doing in a more or less obvious way. It's a more obscure way, a more inaccurate way, because he's building up, or trying to build up, the United States. So this is correct in its accent, but the States is a country with the fallen and the saved. So he's trying to build up the church, but including too many wolves in it, which is what destroyed him in his first term and prevented him from winning the election in the second attempt. Though that's arguable about how he lost. Regardless, we need to, as Christians, to focus on doing ministry. We need a church that focuses on doing ministry and puts missions kind of on the back burner as an afterthought, not as the main course. And if we understand the need to do ministry, the need to look after the believer, to mature the believer, then we'll understand what our role is and how we are to be perfected. We're perfected by ministry, not by missions. And this is where Trump has gone wrong and where the church has gone wrong in the world generally. We haven't looked and understood the doctrine of the separation of the two realities. We haven't even understood the two realities, and we haven't certainly not understood them in terms of a church that does missions versus a church that is doing ministry, which is, as I said, feeding the sheep, bringing the sheep to spiritual maturity. Thank you.